Hey, everybody, I'm John Granado. That's Keyshawn Johnson. I'm at ESPN 97.5. He is at ESPN. Let's talk a little football, Key. Baker Mayfield. What do you think? A lot of people are clamoring for Baker to come to the Texans. What do you think about Baker on the Texans?
I think it gives you some quarterback depth, but if you got the young dude in Davis Mills, you might as well roll him out because you're not ready to win right now. Why would you absorb a $19 million salary and put Davis Mills in some sort of quarterback competition in a season that's probably going to be lost for the Texans anyway? They'll fight hard for Lovie Smith. They'll win a few games, but they're not in the running of making any noise.
You know Lovie a little bit. What about Lovie being this head coach?
I think you got a good one. However he got the job by default or whatever you want to call it, I think you got a really good head coach. He got a raw deal in Tampa. He was fired after a 10-win season in Chicago, 2 years removed from taking a team to a Super Bowl, which made no sense to me. His bio, his resume speaks for itself. I think if he's the long-term stay, it'll be good for you guys. Don't look at him as a short-term fixture, a bridge guy for Josh McCown. Like, come on, you guys almost hired Josh McCown.
Well,
seriously, what were you thinking?
Right after David Culley, a great man, but he wasn't ready to be a head coach. No, they finally got. I agree with you. They finally got it right. And even though Lovie is a little bit older coach, he can be around for a while.
But what coaches aren't older? I mean, there's only a handful. There's only a handful of young coaches in the National Football League. Bill Belichick's older.
Yeah.
Okay, Sean Payton, who just retired, is older. I mean, you know, when you think about it, Mike McCarthy is an older head coach. He's not a young spring chicken.
No, but LaFleur, McVay, the league seems to be going.
Don't follow that trend just because LaFleur has Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Okay, don't fall into that trap when you look at it. Andy Reid is not a spring chicken.
No, Taylor just took the Bengals to the Super Bowl too, though. I mean, he's a young coach.
And Taylor had his house on the market in September to be sold. Okay, now all of a sudden he's looking to buy a new one because he somehow figured out how to get them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that's kind of dumb, isn't it? He didn't give him a chance. Then when he finally gets a quarterback and he's there, playing well, now all of a sudden the guy's a good coach, right? Okay, let's go back to Baker. What are they going to have to do to give up? What are they going to have to give up? Because you mentioned, you're going to pay $19 million a year for Baker. Ain't nobody pay. The Browns are going to have to pick up some of that, if not most of that salary, and then they're going to probably have to give up a pick just to get rid of him.
It's sort of like the Brock Osweiler situation with Houston and Cleveland. They're going to have to give up something. You're going to have to give up a pick, some money, pay for some things, and then Baker can be on the move. But if I'm Houston, I'm kind of staying away from that. It doesn't do anything for you.
No. But where does he end up?
I'd like to see him go to Seattle, but I understand Pete Carroll doesn't want to add another veteran quarterback right now. But that's where I would like to see him go.
And Pete's been praising Drew Lock. Is that real, or is he just trying to up the ante on the Baker pick they're going to get?
It could be real. I mean, sometimes a change of scenery makes a person look different. But running around in t-shirts and shorts and mini camps is different than when the lights come on for real.
Absolutely. How amazing it is that Baker's fallen this far from the number 1 overall pick, Key.
I don't blame the Cleveland Browns for getting a guy like Deshaun Watson, who's a talented, one of the top 5 quarterbacks when he's right. You just look at it and you say to yourself, in certain situations, a lot of the spaces were already filled up. So you got to think of it this way. Veteran quarterbacks that are starting on teams got long-term deals with big money, and they're pretty good. And the guys in the middle that are young are coming up on their contracts, and Baker's not better than them. So there's really no home for him other than Carolina and Seattle. Like, where else could he go? He's not going to beat anybody out in the AFC West. There's no landing spot. The NFC West, there's no landing. He's not better than any of those quarterbacks. Atlanta decided Marcus Mariota was a better fit because he ain't playing over Jameis Winston, Tom Brady. Carolina didn't want him. He's not better than anybody in the NFC East, and Tua's there. They want to see what he is. He's not better than Josh Allen. They just drafted Mac Jones and Zach Wilson. So you're starting to run out of places. Is he better than Carson Wentz? I'd rather have Carson Wentz. I'd rather have Matt Ryan. I'd rather have Ryan Tannehill. Trevor Lawrence is young. Then when you go into Minnesota, Kirk Cousins, is he better than Kurt? Jared Goff is there. He ain't better than Aaron Rodgers, and Justin Fields just got drafted. So where does he fit?
Yeah, that's funny, though, that you say you'd rather have Carson Wentz than Baker Mayfield.
I mean, like, Carson just got to stop making silly mistakes.
Well, we'll see if that happens. That's Key. Hey, man, we appreciate it. Thanks for coming to Houston.
All right.